What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Nevin the Barber, and in today's hair transformation video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a burst fade haircut. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and set in a foundation by doing some clipper over comb using my Gamma Instinct clippers. And these are the most recent drop from Gamma. If you guys haven't heard of them, I would highly recommend checking them out. And if y'all do want to get a discount on them, feel free to use my discount code NEVIN10 on the Gamma website. But other than that, we're going to get right into this tutorial. Like I said, I'm just going to begin creating my foundation by doing some clipper over comb. It had been a while since my client had his last haircut. I think he told me that it was about 4 or 5 months since his last cut. So like I said, this is definitely going to be a big transformation for him. We are still going to retain some of that bulk on the back just because, like I said, this is going to be a burst fade. But right now I'm just kind of debulking and creating a foundation for the haircut. That way when I begin the fade, I don't have a big mess to cut into. And after I got my foundation line set, I'm gonna begin using my trimmers to begin my bald line. And with this first bald line, you guys can see that I made it right around my client's ear in kind of a circular shape. And the whole point of a burst fade is really just to have the fade blend out in every direction around the ear. So you guys just want that blur effect while still maintaining some of the weight throughout the parietal ridge and the occipital bone. But like I said, I'm just creating this guideline right above my client's ear and then bringing it straight back down. You don't want to bring it too high, otherwise the blend can go up above the parietal ridge bone, and that's exactly what you guys don't want to do. So just keep that in mind whenever you are doing a burst fade or a low fade. But now that I got that guideline set, I'm going to begin the fade using no guard lever all the way open on my Gamma Instinct clippers. And I'm taking this guideline right here up about 1/2 inch all the way around, following that guideline. And I'm doing this on both sides. I'm showing you guys both sides of the cut throughout this tutorial. That way you guys have a better idea of how each step works. So now that I got that guideline set, I'm gonna go ahead and follow it using the 1.5 guard all the way closed. And I'm going up about another 1/2 inch right above this guideline. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm just putting my guidelines in, going up, and then I'm coming back down and erasing them. And with my fading system, I only use 2 guards. I only use the 1.5 guard and the 1/2 guard. So you guys can see right here, I'm now doing some clipper over comb with that same 1.5 guard closed. And I'm just again blending up into the parietal ridge while still maintaining some of that weight along my client's occipital bone as well. And it's really important that you guys roll your comb out off of those bones. That way you don't cut up into the crown or cut any hair that doesn't need to be cut. So now I'm going to use my 1/2 guard all the way open, and I'm just going to begin flicking out that middle guideline, blending the 0.5 into the 1.5. And always keep in mind that the fade happens from the 1.5 down to the skin. So that's really where you guys want to pay the most attention with your detail work and, you know, blending out and whatnot. The 1/2 guard is really going to be what brings your fade to life. And really just pay attention to the growth pattern of your client's hair. Some of your client's hair may grow out in different directions, and in that case you just have to angle the clipper in which the direction the hair is growing out of the scalp. And before I erase that last guideline, I'm just going to create my client C-cups using my trimmers. And when doing this, you guys want to keep it as natural as possible. For one, no one likes a pushback hairline, and 2, it'll just make the haircut last that much longer if you guys keep it right at that natural line. And I do got these trimmers right here zero gapped. I always recommend using a zero gap trimmer when you guys are doing this. So now that I got the C-cups carved in, I just have to come back and erase that final guideline. And I'm going to do this by using no guard lever all the way closed, again on my Gamma Instinct clippers. And I do got these zero gapped right here as well. And if any of you guys are wondering about the blade that I have on it, it is a new modified blade by Eversense. I'll be sure to leave it in the description if you guys do want to check it out. But you guys can see that I was able to execute this fade with no effort, literally just following a simple system that I've created, being consistent on both sides, ensuring that you guys are paying attention, like I said, to that parietal ridge bone and the occipital bone. And there really is no right or wrong way to cut hair. At the end of the day, you guys just have to find a system that works for you. And thankfully, like I said, this system has been a bulletproof system for me, and it does work on all hair textures. So if you guys haven't tried it out, feel free to try it out and let me know what you guys think of it. And if you guys do want to see any other haircut tutorials, please feel free to drop them in the comments and I will get them out for you guys. And here I'm just going over all of that stubble with the Gamma Instinct shaver. This is their most recent drop as well. And like I said earlier in the video, if you guys do want to get a discount on any of the clippers that I'm using in this tutorial, feel free to use my discount code NEVIN10 on the Gamma website to get a discount on any of their clippers or products that they have. And here I'm just going over my blend one more time, just really trying to modify and detail any last dark areas that I see. I'm trying to go for that Photoshop blurry effect look on my client's hair texture. He does have really dark hair with a light skin tone. So in this case, the blend is gonna pop out a lot more, as you guys can tell. But now that I got the fade complete, I'm just gonna go ahead and trim up the top of my client's hair. He did want just about ½ an inch taken off all around. So first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and saturate his hair with some water. It's always easier to work with saturated hair whenever trimming the top rather than dry hair, just because you guys have a little bit more mobility and movement with each cut. And you guys can see that I'm doing a shear technique, just called point cutting right here, just to add a little bit more texture and volume to my client's hair. That way, it's not just a straight blunt cut, and it'll flow a little smoother with the fade. And I'm just projecting the hair off of the parietal ridge bone. And with curlier hair, you guys do have to be a little more careful when cutting it, just because it is going to shrivel up a little bit more after your client showers. So just keep that in mind whenever you guys are working with curly hair. And again, always try to saturate it whenever you guys do begin doing the shear work. And last but not least, I'm just gonna go ahead and do some shears over comb, just to really make this blend stand out and pop that much more. And I always like to do shear over comb in all of my haircuts, regardless of what haircut I'm doing. And this really just makes the fade have a little bit more of a softer and smoother transition up into the bulk. And here I'm just doing some point cutting just to take out any last dark areas that I see. And this is really what it's all about right here. Not only will your client appreciate you taking the extra time and putting in the detail work, but every haircut is a walking billboard of your work. And anytime your client walks out, that could be another chance or an opportunity for you to get another potential client. So always keep that in mind whenever you guys are cutting hair. Every client is a walking billboard of your work, and you should take pride in the work that you deliver. Like I said, your client will appreciate it, and of course it will increase your chances of retainment. But I always like to go back and take an extra 10 to 15 minutes just to really detail my work and make it stand out as much as I can. And of course, I always like to add some product at the end of my haircut. Not only do I like to educate my client on how to style their hair, but I feel like it's best that you leave them, leaving your chair with basically a Photoshop haircut and trying to get their hair basically as best as it can look for them. You always want to provide the best experience you can for your client when they're in your chair. I've been in the game for 10 years now, and that's one thing that I've learned, throughout the years of me cutting hair. But that's pretty much it for today's haircut tutorial. If you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to smash that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But it's been your boy Nevin the Barber, and I'm out. I'll see you guys in the next one.